Happy Sunday, happy Sunday, happy Sunday, everyone. Welcome to Amanda Miller Talks live on Facebook every Sunday at 7 p.m. So first and foremost, hope everybody is having an amazing Sunday and that the weekend was great for you. If you can hear the music in the background, let me first and foremost say that I do not own the rights to this music. And so today we are going to talk about a subject matter that's my cousin brought to my attention not too long ago. And I never thought of it that way. It was amazing that we say when a man doesn't spend money, that he's cheap. We say that when a woman doesn't spend money and save money, that she's frugal. And so I wanted to talk a little bit about that and see the whys behind it. So we'll wait till we get some participants on here. So welcome to my co-host, B, on this Sunday. Guys, as you come on, please tag and share to your page for your audience. Tag and share as you come on aboard and watch us. We are also going to download the app at the App Store, your Google Play Store. 105.7 is the effect. Listen to our music at every hour of the day that you wish. We are 24/7 R&B, hip hop, gospel on Sundays. So this is a lifestyle, not a hobby. So please be sure that you download that app. Tune in to Amanda Miller Talks every Sunday at 7 p.m. Each Sunday with my co-host. Yet it's wait until some people come on. So if you guys are patient with us, ask that you do every Sunday. Be mindful that today our subject matter is, we ask that anytime we're on here that you're respectful to the difference of opinions that people may have on the subject matter, because that's what makes it. We like to talk real and authentic, transparent, but more importantly, to allow people to have their say and how they feel on many or any subject matter that we talk about. Give me a second, let me turn this music off. But today we are talking about the concept of why men are called cheap when they don't spend money and save, and women are called frugal when they save and don't spend money. So interesting that when that was brought to my attention, I was like, wow. Because when you talk about frugal, it seems like something, it appears to be more positive than if a man doesn't spend money and then we call him cheap. It kind of makes it be a negative connotation. So interesting. I want to hear some viewpoints centered around that. B, I'm going to pass it to you if you want to intro and then go from there.
Part of me feels like my uncle said this personally, but you know, because you said your cousin, I was like,
yeah. So my cousin, your uncle, right?
Was it?
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah, I know my family.
Right. Absolutely. When we was out of town for the wedding, it came up, and we were all sitting around. And a conversation kicked off about needing to go get money out of the ATM, right? And then somebody said, that ATM costs $7. I know you're not going to... $7? Well, and I think they was exagerating, but they was like, you can get that $7 to me, you're going to pay that fee to go to that ATM. And then so he was actually like, yeah. But the person was like, you get that $7 to me and not spend it. So he was like, man, that's crazy. If it was a man saying that, we would be called cheap. Now, you don't want to spend the money. He's saying this to the female. Yeah. So y'all would look at her as being frugal. But
I
me, if
want to
I
try to
didn't want
guess
to
who
spend
said
it,
the
I
comment.
would
I'm
be
moving on.
right.
Like, I know my family enough to be like, I can close my eyes and see exactly who said these things.
Yes, I was like, wow, that is
It's
so.
true though.
Yeah.
That's 100% true. Well, hi guys. Happy Sunday. I've been momming all day, so I just got done cooking. Like, that's why y'all got the real basics today. Y'all ain't got no type of makeup today.
Look cute, girl. Look cute, girl.
Thank you, guys. The jeans. Clearly, the jeans pool is good. I mean, look at our family pictures, y'all. Clearly, the jeans pool is good. But to the point, I feel like I'm stuck in the midst of this because I agree with my uncle. Like, I really do. If a man were to say that, he'd have been like, "Oh, you so cheap." But in actuality, y'all, that ain't cheap. That's real. Who gonna do that? But I look at the cheap and frugal conversation a little bit differently because I look at it on what are you being cheap and or frugal on.
Yeah.
Because there's certain things I'm not gonna be cheap on. I'm not gonna be frugal on it, to be 100% honest. Like shoes that go on my feet, I'm not gonna be frugal with it. My feet have to get me through life. I'm not doing that. Clearly, as y'all see, I wear these glasses every week. I'm blind, so those are not things I'm going to like be cheap on. If these cost $300, these just gonna cost $300. I'm gonna pay my $300 and my teeth somewhere else and be cheap for real somewhere else. I was also a struggling college student who worked 3 jobs and went to school full time. So y'all, I existed in cheap for a very, very long time. Y'all, I was in school for 5 years. Very, very long time of cheapness. So I look at cheap and frugal depending on what you're buying, or what you're saving for. So if you're one of those people who have that like set things that, like I said, this glare is killing me. Anyway, who has that set thing that they, specifically buy and aren't really concerned about the price, then like I feel like there's some things you can be cheap on and it really not matter. Like if somebody like, am I gonna pay the $1.72 for Borden's milk, or am I gonna pay the $1.27 for great value? I'm gonna be cheap and pay the $1.27 for the great value because it tastes just the same. So I mean, but if you sitting here talking about I'm gonna take somebody on a date and you invited them to the date, that's another one of my like rules in dating. If I invite a man somewhere, I pay personally. But if he invite me somewhere, I expect him to pay, but I'm prepared to pay for myself if I have to. So like if dude, like a friend of mine, literally this just happened. She went on a date with dude that she met on Tinder, and dude invited her to the place, set the time, set the wardrobe, did everything. Like she had no idea where this restaurant was. She researched it after the fact, but they get to the date's over, they're getting the bills has come, and he slides her the bill.
Oh no. Wow.
She called me on the car. I was like, absolutely not. But he like slides her the bill and expects her to pay for all of it. And she said she was so flabbergasted that she just gave the card and was like, yeah, I'm done. I'm not trying to do this again. Right. That is cheap to me. That's not frugal. That's cheap. That's just downright dirty and cheap. But if you're saving to buy a car that you need and it's a necessity and you're deciding that you're going to budget your money, then yeah, you're being frugal because you have this goal in this end. But if you just being cheap to be cheap, like that's not okay. That's really not okay in the least bit.
Right. So why do you think that it's more so tagged to a man, the label of cheap as opposed to a woman? And before we answer that, let me look at so Tanisha said I have a known one term, and that's cheap, period. So I'm sorry, help me out. I missed it.
She said she has a known one term, and that's cheap. Period. Like it's not, oh, you're cheap or you're frugal. No, it's just you're cheap.
It's just that you're cheap.
That's
Got
it.
you.
Like
Got
we're
you.
not
Got you. Got
breaking
you.
stuff into
Right.
subcategories. You're just cheap, homie. Which some people, there are people out there who are like chronically cheap, and I feel bad, but that's a true fact. Like some people are just chronically cheap. I personally think that men are tagged with the like cheap connotation because they're supposed to be, air quotes, the providers.
Yeah.
Air quotes again. So they're expected to shell out all this money and things and stuff for the woman or for the family. So when he kind of gets a little tight on the wallet, some people are like, "Oh man, you being cheap." When maybe he's just being price cognitive for his family. Like maybe he's the one that looks at the money every month and he like, "Hold on, we don't need to do that," or maybe we don't need to eat out this week. Let's eat out next week.
Right.
Because we can cook this week because, you know, rent coming up. Because my fiance is quick to do it. Like, he's quick to be like, look, this is the first of the month. I can't really take off my days. We can't really go out. You know, I got to pay the rent. I'm like, you know what? You're right. Don't worry about it. I got it. Like, I feel that. But.
So, hey, guys. Thank you for joining us on today. Just want to let you guys know what we're topicing about. So, conversation came about where round table, men and women, talking, and the conversation comes up about men when they don't want to spend money on a certain thing, they're labeled as being cheap, whereas a woman, we label and tag her as being frugal. She's saving money. So why is it, our question is, that the man can't be deemed and tagged? Why do they have to have that conversation about being cheap as opposed to them being frugal? Why do you guys think that is? Because it's really the same. It's just different wordplay. It's just a play on words.
Cousin, we are in the same boat. Both our men is cheap.
What did she say? I'm trying to, and guys, please tag her. Go ahead, B. I'm sorry.
She said, I am cheap myself, but my husband is cheap on a whole nother level. I'm like, B will spend money on some stuff, some brand names, like cleaning supplies, for instance, but him is like, why when we can get this for cheaper?
Got you. Yeah, I am a spender, and my mate is more so of a person that saves. So we balance each other. Actually, he's taught me a lot about saving. I believe it or not. I tell you, I have really learned to be frugal and scale down, because I would spend money on things that really that we don't need, you know, and I'm like, this, I see it, so I want it, so I'll buy it.
And see,
go ahead.
I feel like there's nothing wrong with that to a certain extent. Like if you spending your last on something you know you don't need, I don't agree with that.
Yeah.
But if you happen to have a surplus at the time,
yes,
you know, and if you've taken care of home and self and all of that, and you happen to have a surplus, I don't see nothing wrong with if I see, you know, a pair of J's that I really wanted, of me going to Finish Line or wherever and buying them, because I am that person who will go and I'm telling y'all, shoes. If y'all could see my closet, matter of fact, I will, and it's over there too. I will spend money on shoes and not care. He has come home to like boxes of shoes and been like, why you buy 3 pairs of black shoes? Because they're 3 pairs of black shoes. Like, did you need 3 pairs? Yes, I did. Because those are a pair of booties, and those are a pair of heels, and those are a pair of flats. They do not use the same. They're not for the same function.
That is funny.
He do not care. He be like, you just spent all those shoes, and that's it. Like,
So what about dating? What do you think about like dating? Like if a guy and a girl are dating, because I think that's where it comes in a lot.
a lot.
Yes.
Because once you married or you like engaged or like that's your partner for real,
right?
You know each
right.
other by now. Like I know for a fact if I really want him to spend some money, I'm gonna be like, hey babe, you know this new restaurant, because he'll spend money on food quick.
That's right.
But everything else he's like, But I feel like it comes in like how the relationship evolves. I feel like the amount of money and effort you put in also evolves. Because like first coming out, I don't expect, and I told one of my friends this when I was talking to her about our topic this week. I don't expect no man to flat out pay for me on my first date. I don't. And one of my friends said I'm really weird for that, and I'm feminist for that.
Right.
One of my male friends told me I was a feminist for that. I was like, I'm not a feminist. I'm just realistic, homie. Gas costs $4 a gallon right now. I'm not expecting you to just flat out pay for me on our first date. Now, if you do, brownie points to you, but I'm expecting to at least go Dutch on the situation because I understand, like, it's not like when our parents were younger and, it was the expectation to do that. I don't expect a man, to pay for me straight out because we don't know each other like that. We're getting to know each other, yes, but we don't know each other like that for you to maybe feel as comfortable. Because coming straight out of the gate, I'm not paying for our first date either. Like I'll pay for my part, and you can pay for your part. We can go from there. Or if you pay for the movies, I pay for the appetite. Like if we go tit for tat, like stuff like that. Or like we agree that, well, you'll pay for this half of the date and I'll pay for that half, or you'll pay for the first date and I'll pay for the second date. Like if we do something like that, that's different. But straight out the gate, you paying for my meal, I've never gone on a date and assumed that a dude was gonna pay my ticket. Never.
Yeah. So let me advise you all that has just joined us. So thank you for joining and taking your time on this Sunday to jump on at 7 p.m. with Amanda Talks and B. Just want to let you know the subject today is men are labeled as cheap when they are saving or won't spend money, and women are labeled as frugal when they are saving right, quote unquote, when they are not spending money and saving. But we're wanting to know, why do they get, it's the same, it's just a play on words. So why is it that men are labeled in more of a negative kind of way as opposed to the woman? When you say cheap, sometimes it just come across.
It comes off as real harsh.
Yeah. And then when we say frugal, we like, okay, so she saved.
She in her bag.
Right.
And you know how the word is she? Like, he'll never be like, oh, that man really in his bag.
Right. Why we don't say he in his bag?
Nobody say that.
Right. He's trying to save for a house. He's trying to save for a car. He's trying to save for a rainy day. He's trying to save for that wedding ring.
If he say what he's trying to save for.
Right.
Oh, well, you don't think you can, like, try to add something somewhere? Like, it don't ever be like, oh, okay, that's great. It'd be like, you want extra reasons as to why. And make extra things as to why he decided to save. Like, no, homie, I just may want to. It may even not be for a reason. I may want to save some money. She a boss. She in her bag. She's so frugal.
Right.
She's so disciplined.
Why she can't be man? That don't like to spend no money, right?
Why can't she be cheap? It's right. Because her friends calling it cheap. That's one thing. Yes. Your friends will be determined if you are actually cheap or not. And that goes on both sides.
Yeah.
Because I have heard a male friend of mine call out another male friend of mine and be like, homie, nah, nigga, you just being cheap. Like, that's not a conversation. You just being cheap. You won't pay the extra $1.50 for a seasoning. Like, it's a piece of bacon, homie. We're at a burger restaurant. You don't just pay this $1.50 and move on. Like, but we'll sit there and be like, I really wanted bacon on my sandwich. Your cheap ass should have paid for it then. Right. Like, it's that type of, like, they'll call you, like, your friends, real friends, by the way, will call you out on if you're being cheap or not.
Yeah, that is so true. So talk to us out there. I see Tanisha is saying when you're dating, of course, for her,
if you have the funds, okay.
you want to tackle that one while I try to tag and invite. So, guys, please tag
Sure,
and
sure.
share and invite people in on this conversation. Tag and share if you would for us today being through men being cheap, women being frugal. For 105 is Amanda Miller Talks and B. Tag it to you.
Okay, so Tanisha is saying dating shouldn't have a money limit if you have the funds. Sorry, y'all. I was the type who would expect my meal to be paid for because it would give me a perspective on you. I kept my own to cover myself too as well, which is fair. And I feel like, especially when it comes to dating, each and every person has their own individual standard and their own individual like low-key report card or scoring card that they have for the date itself. Like I said, I personally didn't expect for my meal to be covered. If you did do it, then like I said, brownie points to you, but it wasn't an expectation of mine. But like I said, that's just me. My cousin says that she would expect it, which is fair. That is her, and that is the expectation and the standard that she has for her, and everybody's standards should be respected no matter what, right? I just know, and I think it's because I'm an optimistic realist. Like, I hope for all the great things in the world, right? I'm just realistic enough to know that some things are going to be shitty. So if I bring my, not my standard, but if I bring my expectation down to at least like mid-level, if you meet that expectation or exceed it, then that is great. If you fall under that expectation, my feelings are not now hurt because I just assumed you was not going to be anyway. That is actually the rubric that I went about when being intimate with people. And one of my friends told me that was a horrible rubric, and I was like, no, it's not, because I'm not about to sit here and be like, I got subpar relations. There we go. And when in actuality, it may just been the dude may not have been into it that day. I may not have been into it that day. We may have these unnecessary expectations, so now we just both trash. So, that was always my rubric, to expect, the best that they can. And if they if they supersede that, great. I had a great time. If they don't, I expect you to be trash anyway. So, we're all good.
Right. I saw Antonio on here a minute ago. And Antonio, you typically chime in on our subject matters. Here, what's your thoughts and your take on it?
We need to hear other opinions, guys.
Right. Give us some insight to your thoughts on men being labeled as cheap and then women being labeled as being frugal. Why is that? So, Antonio, I see you're there with your hearts, but I would love to hear from you because you were very expressive on one of our segments. I can't remember what that topic was, but you were really engaged in that. So it would be great to hear your viewpoint, or anyone else for that matter, actually, if you want to. Last week we had people that joined us and jumped on camera. That segment, Antonio jumped on camera. So if you guys would love to join us, we would love to have you. But I just think, like we said earlier, for a man, it's just so crazy how the expectation is for the man to always spend money. And so because of that, if he's trying to save and do things that he's mapped out for his future, and he's not spending a whole lot of money, and he may have it, but yet it's still, he's saving for whatever it is he's saving for. And then we'll go back and tell our girls, girl, that's so cheap. I am not finished.
That's the first thing I said. How was your date? Girl, that's cheap. And
right.
First thing out of the mouth.
Right.
Or,
so,
it was cool.
Yeah, he was cool, but you cheap. So help us out with that. Help us out with understanding why is it that we can't go back and say, girl, I mean, he's saving for a house. He's saving for a car. This is
that's the question. That's the question. Is the conversation easy enough to have to find out why.
Right.
Because
Say,
especially in a dating situation.
Say, do you hear that? No. I was talking about something was ringing.
I do hear it as well, but
right. I think it
it's
died
not bad.
I was like, what is
not
that?
Bad,
right.
But
yeah.
is the conversation easy enough to be had? I need an example.
Said I need an example.
Of what? Before the example is given, of what? Of
yeah,
like the scenario?
So Kim, are you like, okay, well, maybe you're saying you need an example to determine if he's cheap or if he's frugal. But I guess for us, like I think B said it earlier, it also, I guess that's where you're going with it. It depends on what are you saving on, or what are you being cheap on.
What's the purpose? Like honestly, that's the whole thing. Like, what's the purpose? Like, are you saving for something? Do you have a financial goal? Like, does he live with his mom? No, God. I don't think that's cheap at that point. I think that's a whole different category.
Kim said, do he live with his mom?
No car. It's the no car for me. Because I feel like living with your parents isn't bad. Yeah, that's the deal breaker for me. Deal breaker. Because if I live on my own, you know, we got a place to go to. I'm not tripping. You have no mode of transport, like no reliable mode of transportation. That's problematic.
Got you.
I got kids. Like, I'm not about to be your parent.
He live with his mom, no car. That is funny.
It's the no car for me.
Yeah.
No car.
We're gonna bring Antonio on with us. Thank you, Antonio, for joining. Hopefully, we can get you to. Yeah, I said no scrubs.
Shout out to you.
Yeah, we can hear you like last time.
We can't
see you. That's okay. Thank you for joining us. Y'all, it's super hot in here, so please forgive me. So the subject is men are labeled as being cheap if they save money and not wanting to spend money, but a woman is labeled as being frugal, so to speak, if she's not spending money, which is it's just a play on words, and it's the same. It's the same. So I think
one just has an unnecessary negative connotation.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That's true. I love what you said, the bias. Yeah, because that's what it is. It's like, yeah, and we get so caught up in it. Um, that's another one of those things where society labels, like as you stated, and we run with it, right? And so that's one of those things that circulates amongst society, and we have just labeled men with that tag when they don't spend money as being cheap. Um, and I guess it goes back to what are you willing to spend money on? Like this, what brought this up is that a woman did was like the man was going to spend the money to get incur the fee to get money out of the ATM. The woman said that it's too much. Why spend that money on the ATM? You could be giving that money to me. So his thing was, if it was the other way around and I didn't want to spend the money on the ATM fee, I would be saying I'm being cheap. But ain't nobody saying nothing to her about not wanting to pay the ATM fee. Y'all would label her as being frugal, wanting to save. But for a man, we'd be like, they didn't even want to pay the ATM fee. He cheap.
It's just $2.50. Like,
Yes, it's at $3.
like, first off, you know how much $3 can buy you? First off, like, hold on.
That's right. That's right.
That's true. It not matter. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, yeah, but it's true. It's
That's
true.
true though.
And I guess it does tie in. I mean, if you're trying to save your money on something that you think is important to you, um, that someone else may already have, um, and then that's your goal, not because they have it, but that's because that's something that you would like to see yourself with, and you're willing to save your money in order to get there, as opposed to like B midgets taking your last and spending it to keep up with the Joneses. That's yeah, that's kind of crazy. Yeah,
Because absolutely. Mm-hmm. Or validation. Yep. Yep.
so let me ask you this question. We brought it up, and then Kim, help us out in this situation as well, or anybody for that matter. But I just know Kim said, "Give me an example." So we were talking about dating. So if you go out with a person and he decides that he want to go Dutch and not want to pay for the dinner, and you guys just split the dinner, she pay for her, he pay for him, or either y'all split the tab, whatever that may be. Um, and then she just figured he's cheap, or somebody else may be like, well, hey, like B, I think it's only fair because there's no title to us, and we're just getting to learn each other. So I'm okay with spending my money. What's your thoughts on that?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah. What I am
Yeah.
being
So
sensitive.
And I think most men are raised like that for the most part, to pay and for the initial. But there are some, that's right. So, like you said, depending on how they were raised, there are some. So, why, if that's the case, we have that expectation, and then we would label that man as being cheap because he didn't pay for the first date? Yeah. So, what's the finest cheap? Why that man can't be frugal?
If his mentality is just cheap, no, I agree. Some people just cheap, bro.
Why? Why
Some
he
people
can't be
just
frugal?
cheap.
Why he gotta be cheap?
Nah, Amanda. We all know a cheap person that's just like cheap
But what
for
is
no reason.
what? Okay,
They don't want to pay their taxes. They don't want to get their car renewed. They tag renewed. They rather sit here and just ride completely dirty and possibly go to jail till the tire pop off, till the rubber just. Someone is cheap when they decide that their value of life is less important than their money. That is cheap.
yeah. If
Your
he
value
doesn't
of life
pay,
becomes
it
a
won't be
problem.
a second date. I'm out.
Won't be. Won't be for some.
But what if Kim? So what if he said, "Hey, I want to take you out. You know, I'm interested in you, but I'm saving for da 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 da. And I would like for us to go out, but you know, you pay for you, I pay for me. Would you still go?"
I feel like that's fair though. Like I personally just feel like that's fair because he's communicating from the jump though.
She don't think he's cheap.
She probably is. She might. No ma'am, no ham. No. That's fair. That's fair. That's fair.
Right.
I feel like that's fair. No,
But
no, I'm
y'all
saying
ain't
I
y'all
feel
ain't
like,
relationship. Y'all
but that's what I'm
dating.
saying. I feel like that's what I'm saying. I feel like if he's coming to the table and communicating that, hey, I'm trying to say, damn. But I'm saying if he comes to the table and says that extra steak,
And that happens, but look.
that is
So
true. People
so
do it. People do it for sure.
Don
But I feel
Don, and
like
I may
I
not be
feel like
saying the
him.
name right. He says it's the responsibility as a man, but you're the one, meaning the woman, who says want to do it herself. That's on her. Okay, wait, Tonyo, hold on. So let's just say y'all went on the date,
That's
right?
fair.
He comes to y'all, get to the table, tab comes, and he's willing to pay. It's a responsibility that he said responsibility. Not sure if it's necessary responsibility. Well, let me say this. But I'm gonna go back to what you said, Antonio. Depending on how you was raised, man may feel like it is his responsibility. She says, "I got it." Sometimes women would do that as a test just to see if the man is going to come back and say, "Oh no, I got it." To
We
see
too grown for games.
you see what I'm saying? So my thing is, if she pays and then she like go back and tell her girl, "Man, I tried to tell him that I got it. and he was like, all right, you know. So my thing is, he
You
didn't even
was
put up a
stupid.
fight with him.
You was stupid for sitting there saying that if that's not what you wanted. Like what?
So what do you guys think about that? If she says that she's going to pay, is that man still considered to be cheap because he allowed her to pay?
No, that man is not cheap for that. Because I feel like at the end of the day, one, we too grown to be playing games. If you did not want to play this tactic, if you do not want to play, if you don't want to pay the ticket, stop talking about, oh, well, I'll get it. If you didn't actually want to pay the ticket, stop doing that. That's stupid. Because you're going to sit here and set yourself up for failure. Because you didn't sit here, oh, now he cheat. No, he not cheat. You didn't sat there trying to play mind games and got messed up. But a dude's not cheap for that, though. A dude's not cheap for that at all.
Kim said,
That says a lot if it's genuine. What?
that is true. I'm gonna speak to that. Let me read Kim's comment.
Hold on. That's
she
not,
said,
that's not the same. That's not even the same.
But hold on. Let me tell you what happened.
No, it's not. If the time came, but see, you didn't even listen to the whole situation.
Time out, guys. Hold on. So Kim says that is a test sometimes to see how he's going to handle it. Yes, he is cheap, because he did not coming back to pay that tab. That seems right to me. Now I agree, you right. You know, we are too young to play games, but in my opinion, I just feel like if you don't come back and say, "Nah, child, I got it. I don't want you as the woman to pay for it." I'm like looking at you a little sideways.
That's not asking the woman to pay for it.
Was you really?
I feel like we're not looking at. I feel like we're not hearing the same conversation. So let me make sure I'm hearing this correctly. I want to make sure, because y'all, I've been a server and this done happened to me before. I have been a server and this has happened. I have seen this interaction go about. So, what part of I was a broke college student did y'all not listen to?
That's right. Hey, gotta get that money, right?
I had 3 jobs at one time, homie, but I got that piece of paper. Okay, so let me understand the situation. So we're at the date. They're at the date, not we, because they're absolutely not. Right, they're at the date, right? And the bill comes. Boom. Dude goes to put his hand out and say he gonna pay for it. Girl, then he says he got it. Girl says, no, it's all right. I got it. She pays. How is he cheap? I'm trying to understand. Because why would you offer your pocket if you ain't really want to pay for it? That's stupid. That's dumb to me. Why are we playing games?
Not that I didn't want to pay for it, but just to see how you was gonna rock, just to see how you was gonna move.
Hell no. Hell no. Hell no. Hell no.
Be like, hell no.
Hell no. Because I'm thinking about like when my son goes into the dating pool, if he come back and tell me that he hears some girl talking shit because she was like, oh baby, I want to call my son cheap. That's why he put the card to pay.
Sorry,
you
guys.
Said you didn't want to do it. You said you wanted to pay. No, ma'am. No, ma'am, Pam. You not about to call my son cheap because you want to sit here and big ball. No, ma'am.
Well,
no, ma'am. My son had it to pay, but you didn't want to take it. No.
Let me tell you what happens with a situation like what Antonio is talking about. So, go on a date. My girlfriend She goes on this date with this guy, right? This is their first date. He went, well, they were just at the outlet, right? Waiting on the movie to start. He buys her, they go on the coach, he buys her this bag, right? So date take place, all it is, after that, they go somewhere else. She pays for something else that they had going on the date. She said she thought about it afterwards and said, dang, I shouldn't have done that because, like Tonio said, it was a play on his manhood because really, just because he bought me something didn't mean I had to spend money. And I just think what it was in her mind, she wanted to kind of match the fact that I don't want you to want nothing from this after the fact because keep in mind it's their first date and he spent and bought, broke bread on this coach bag.
Mm-hmm.
And
that's a
the
different
bag was
scenario,
about
though.
two
That is a
something.
little bit.
So
That's a little bit of a flex to manhood. That is a little. That's a lot. Yeah.
yeah.
No. Did you finish all your food?
So
Girl, you could go finish your food.
yeah, it's
Cause
a
that's
lot
a
to
lot.
think
You
about
ate Rice
because, like
Krispie
you
treats
said,
today.
Antonio,
You better go.
people move
Go finish your
differently
food.
based on how they were raised. You see what I'm saying? And so their values, their morals, the things that is meaningful to them. Because, like Kim and I was saying one thing about the date, we saying something different, and then
Sorry.
um, Sharisa is saying if I take you out, I pay. If you ask me and she attempts to pay, I may just pay, might. So that means if you attempt to pay, she may not pay. She may not because you attempted to pay. But is that considered? I guess I don't know. Is that considered being cheap? And you may not be necessarily cheap, but I do got my eyes on you because I'm like,
Stop sparing these people.
I'm over it.
You so nice. Stop sparing these people.
What if y'all? Let me give you another example. All right, you call, you say, "Hey, y'all dating? Different, still dating. So y'all
I'm about to say,
dating.
is
You
there a
call
title
him,
attached to this? Or we just like still getting to know each other.
right?
These
Still
things
getting to know
matter.
each other, like still getting to
Okay.
know each other. That's right. You're right. Thank you. So y'all getting to know each other. Y'all went on that first date, but y'all still getting to know each other. So you call him up and you say, "Hey, I wanted to do da 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 da. Can you cash out me? Everybody say cash out $50." He says he next week. what happened? What happens? What happens? What's the Antonio? Speak to me, puppy. So some of y'all men talk to me. So you call
And
that man. Man say, "Hey, next week, what happened?" But man is saying, he's saving the move. He got to do the XYZ with his car. But keep in mind, in our mind, we're thinking $50 as a woman. But again, like that man might not have $50. man might not have $50. And now I agree to that, Tonyo. I mean, I really do. I really do. Man, the man saving. Man saving, Tonyo. You can't be mad at the man for saving his money. Hold on, let's see what Kim say. Kim say, I don't have that kind of time to be wasted, sweetie. I need to know what I'm dealing with up front. Like Medina said, when you get close to 50, that light bulb will be light right. So I can tell how we walked in the door that this isn't gonna work. B, why are you holding your head?
I am perplexed. I am truly perplexed.
Wait a minute, hold on, Tony. Yo, give me a minute. B, what's the deal?
Because I am perplexed. You just said that we ain't been on date number 2.
Okay.
And
Lady needed $50. Lady needed $50.
I don't know you.
But I'm gonna tell y'all, these are tests. These are the tests.
Know you. I don't know you from the man in the mother loving moon. Why?
So look. So Quaylin said if you're having financial issues as a man, you're not fit to date and you need an extra job. And so here's my thing. If the lady just went on the date and y'all have a second date and the lady needed $50 and she may not even need the $50, I'm telling you, people do things as a test to see what the chess move on the board is going to be. And if the chess move on the board isn't right, that means you playing checkers instead of chess. I need somebody who's playing chess at all times. Right. Even if you said, hey, darling, I'm over. Even if you gave that lady them $50, and you might have said, Charlotte, look, I might need them little hot fish. Because y'all are just getting to know each other, but the same, right? Quavelin, help me out. Look at me. I just think a hot 50 ain't negative.
Here's the thing. You don't lend money you not willing to get back.
But that's what I'm saying. So Sharice, you saying you shouldn't be telling me anything about a 50 on the second date. So if we don't date it and went out, I can't ask you for $50?
No.
Now, cause
you cannot. No, the fuck you.
If you don't ask me to borrow money on that number 2. That's right. That's right. Because I want to go get my nails and my hair done. Why I can't?
Because I am not your man.
But I mean, even if you ain't my man, you trying to be.
I'm barely in the starting 5. Let's be real. Let's be 100% real. I'm barely in the starting 5. You asking me $50?
Let me tell you something. Hey.
Hell no. Sorry.
Let me tell you something, Antonio. Let me tell y'all this. There are men at the gates, and one might say this man, and we don't kind of got off the subject, but great conversation. They might say this man is a trick, but I mean, my thing is, if you got it, then why not? So I don't know men to
It
go
is
to
tricking.
take women
Even if
on
you have it, it's
that.
tricking. Sorry.
that
That
you
song is
take
a
you
lie.
take women
It
on
is
the
tricking.
date, right? And then after the fact, he like, Shawty, you know what you need. If you need anything, let me know. And same thing. It goes back to saying, if I ask you for your coins, then that's what I expect you to do. That's right. That's right. And probably so. And I don't doubt that, Tonio. I don't doubt that too. Yeah, depending on his mindset. Let me see. Well, what you need to do is no thanks for the dinner. Can I just get the money you want to spend? So that's fine too. Cause I mean I can eat at the house, cousin. It wouldn't make me no never mind. So if you so Quaylin said, well, what you need to do is say no thanks to the dinner. Can I just get the money you want to spend so I can get my nails done? Hey, that could work too. I mean, I'm okay with that's, I mean, and that's true too. That's right, Antonio. That I mean, so that could go that way as well. That's that old man shit. Wait, hold on, Antonio. Hold on, Antonio. Let me see. Don't ask me. Let me make an offer. No, cousin. Okay, I can get the offer. I can get the offer, right? But if I need it, I'm gonna ask you. I'm just simply gonna ask because a closed mouth don't get fed, and so I'm gonna be like, hey, right. A dude asked me for $100, claiming he lost his wallet. Knowing me for 3 days, I loaned it to him, but what Kim say? Kim say, but I immediately thought he was on crack because he bragged about his family spoiling him. I've seen that situation too. You told me you lost your wallet. Needless to say, he got kicked to the curb. Exactly. When it's a man asking, it's different because they claim to be the whole loaf of bread and not the bread crumb. Come on back with Antonio. Let go. Mm-mm. I'm with Kim. Why you have, like you just said, DUB? So who was getting your nails done before? He ain't got no homeboy. He could ask that $100 for a same. Don't get on here being biased. Same. It's the same. The same way you said that lady asking that man for them $50, 2 dates in. It isn't right. Don't start laughing the mojo.
Everybody say you can't have it both ways.
You can't
Honey.
have
You
it both
can't.
ways. Just like you said,
Okay.
right.
Sorry.
Why he ain't got no
If one
homeboy
trash,
that he could have
one
asked for
trash,
that
one trash.
$100.
It's fair.
Right. Point blank, period. Mm-mm. So we lost Tonio, but guys, if somebody else want to jump on and join us, please, we would love to have you be. You've been rubbing them eyes and rubbing their head. Let's hear it. Go.
Homie, I'm trying not to cuss, but only words coming in my mouth is obscenities. I'm so lost. I'm so lost. Like this is
Oh
date.
my God.
We ain't even had date number 2. Like
Hold on, guys. I'm sorry.
I don't know you from the man in the moon. Like
I need that hot 50 B. I need that hot 50.
If I know you, no problem. If I know you, cool. If we've been having some not even relations, we having real conversations. I know something about you. You know something about me. We really sitting here rocking and rolling. I'm talking 5-6 dates in. Yeah, 100%. I give you that 50. Yeah, you shit. I haven't gone on date number 2.
Right.
What?
I might ask out the gate.
Who are you to ask me this? Like, your name ain't Isabella. Your name ain't Christian. Your name ain't Tawana. Your name ain't Carl. Your name ain't Quentin. Your name ain't Vanessa. Your name ain't Tanisha. Your name ain't... Like, you ain't a family member of mine. You ain't providing the 3S nor are your family.
It's the test.
Test. I would fail that test every single time because you know what? You know what Ruby G taught me? A fool is gonna be a fool is gonna be a fool. It don't matter when. A fool is a fool. You got me.
But just listen, just because y'all don't went out twice, don't mean the dates wasn't back to back. So let's just say we only went out twice. We could have known each other for a couple of months, but we only went out twice.
That's different.
Okay, so let me put some.
I've known you for months.
So let me put some substance to it. Let me put some substance.
I'm still getting to know this. Getting to know this person.
And we're not talking on the regular. How much do I truly know you? I want to go to Quavelin's. Hold on. For instance, on my date the other night at the Extra spot, she said, "Let's make a bet that whoever makes a bullseye gets what they want." She wanted a new phone. She wanted a new pot and pan set. I wanted some head. Lord Jesus Christ, Father, there he goes. I hit the bullseye, so shit, win-win. Because now she definitely getting no pots.
Hey, though, that's real. That's real. I can't even be mad at it because that's real. I'd have took advantage of that shit, too. I'm not even going to lie. But I mean,
oh, my God.
Like, here's the thing. I see no issue with if you are in a committed relationship, y'all been good for a while, you know, y'all friends, y'all cool. I see no issue with any types of monetary or whatever. If one of my friends asks me, "Hey, B, can I hold 50?" Yeah, you got it. I'll ask for that 50 back. Have that shit. I don't give money unless I know I can go without having it back. That's me. But for a random ass nigga come off the damn street, no, I'm not giving you a motherfucking penny. I'll help you go buy something. Even people be on the side of the road, be like, "Can I have $5 for some food?" I'll go to McDonald's and we can get you some food, homeboy. Like, I'll do that. But I'm not about to give you any bit of, I don't know you. Like,
but you trying to get to know me, so I'm
get to know.
I'm asking to tell y'all about me.
I'm gonna get to a point where I can give you some money, but right now I ain't got to that point.
You
so
ain't got to.
There,
right.
When I get there, I will happily do it. Maybe this just isn't in my generational wheelhouse.
Let me tell you.
Because absolutely not.
I am asking out the gate. Kim said, "Me too, Diva, LOL," and dare him to ask for it back. And we have a whole attitude. Me too. I'm going to start. I ask at the gate and we'll have a whole attitude if you tell me no. Absolutely.
No. What? No.
So, Quaveling to my just asking for shit gives the wrong impression. You asked that lady for some head, even though
they
it
made
was a bed.
Even
if it was a bed, you could have been a bed.
Come on. Situation. She should have been on her shit. She should have been on her shit. That was a bet.
A pot and pan set compared to you getting you some hair.
That was a bet. Nope. That was a bet. I'm sorry. To the victor goes the spoils, honey, and I hope the spoils was some good head. I'm sorry.
And see, cousin said out the gate asking get you cut the F off. Okay, and some men may look at it like that, but for me, here's what I say: not being able to get them cut off too, in my opinion.
That is my cousin.
I ain't going too long without asking nobody to contribute to the pot. Because if we keep it all the way 100, men are already at the gate asking for what they want. They ain't waiting to ask you for no, like you said, no head. They ain't waiting to ask you to cut. Most men these days, man, they invite you over Netflix and chill so it can lead into that bedroom. Let's just keep it all the way 100.
And
so I'm gonna ask you for your coin.
Gonna tell you, hell no.
And
I wish a nigga would ask me, oh, do you want to come up to me?
Right, cousin, come on now. Keep it real, Quaveling. Now, you know that's the truth. Don't be sitting up with them laughing emojis.
What is
so I'm going to ask you for your coins.
This topic is... this
and if you don't, I'm going to figure you cheat and I'm going to cut you off.
Look. I am clearly outside of my generational wheelhouse. Because I think my millennial ass. I think I'm outside of my generational wheelhouse because my millennial ass ain't got time for none of this shit. Like, zero.
Wait a minute, come on this camera. Because you know that's the truth. You know y'all asking for it at the gate. Y'all ain't waiting.
Carl and Quentin taught me right. Hell the fuck no. Hell the fuck
right.
No.
She's like, oh, hell the fuck.
They trained me to be a savage. Absolutely the fuck not. No. No. Absolutely not.
Let me tell you. You better be glad if you eat some of these folks in there. I wish Antonio was back on. Y'all know how we lost it. Real talk. Some men ain't even asking you. They're not even asking you on the date. Like Quaveling said, if you wanted to skip the date and get the money for the food, a lot of men these days ain't even taking you out. They asking you to come over. They don't cook the food. No, you already don't have them groceries in there. How I get out? Just hold on. Let me see if I can see.
She can request you if you want. But there's this little like person in this little green box as well. It's like a person in the green box. Quite you can get on that way. But Jesus.
What did it be? Jesus.
I said, Jesus, be a sense and some common sense. Hell no.
That is fun.
Hell no. This is not the lane for me.
What? I wonder why I said he can't. Let's see. I don't know.
Doing the same thing it did to me.
Yeah, it's going like we just brought Antonio on. Wait a minute, hold on, I'm gonna try something different and see if I can. Yeah, it's doing the same thing.
Can I tell you, stuck and perplexed?
That is fun.
Christian kid, you put them in his pajamas. You put them dirty clothes in them. Wash it. Did you put them dirty clothes in the
Quaveling, try to send it again.
You put the dirty clothes in the washer.
But yeah, I remember when B sent hers one time. I couldn't rain on, but I don't understand because I just brought Antonio on. So this thing, you just never know. But send the request again and see if I can. I don't know. But it's crazy how yet again men are labeled.
You know what?
Go ahead. I'm listening.
Okay, hold on. So in my thought process of just a second ago, and y'all, I may just be on cloud nine, but, and maybe this can be a topic for next week, it seems like when women take advantage of the quid pro quo system, then we're looked down upon. But when men do it, it's standard.
Yeah. So
I think I just realized my own biases.
Right. So we'll the subject is men are looked at as being cheap when they're not spending money. Women are looked at as being frugal, and with
point,
that title being exactly the same. It's the same meaning, but it's just women are labeled as different with that positive frugalness, where men looked at as cheap with that negative connotation. But cousin, I want to go back to you. So, like I said, you had said earlier part that asking for something get you cut the F off, right? Immediately, right? Right. But let's go to this subject, what I just said. Tell me online about men will just say, hey, come over, I got some wine, I'm gonna cook, Netflix, chill.
But that's not just, I'm not just asking you for sex. I'm setting the mood. I'm taking the long way around. Don't just ask me for $50. If you need $50 for your nails, say, oh, while we on FaceTime, be like, damn, my nails look bad.
Okay.
Damn, my feet look bad. Let me make the offer. Don't leave.
So you want,
okay,
but
play the game.
So you want
play the game.
Like
just play the game.
Dangle the bait and let you
yes,
like,
just
get
play the game.
Okay.
At least let that man feel like he offered you something. You gonna go back later and tell B girl, I need this nigga for this 50, but I don't just ask the man for the 50. Just say, like,
I'm just gonna say, hey, I need that $100 for.
Trust and believe. When we went out the other night, that girl could have asked for goddamn pots and pans in the car, but clearly she wanted something else.
I'm about to say she wanted shit.
No, she could have asked for them little bit of pots and pans in the car. She ain't have to do that. She ain't have to get a nigga no head for no pots and pans. She wanted the same shit I want.
But you had put the bet on for the head.
She came to me with that shit.
But
so
she came with the bet. She came with the bet. You could at least match something with the pots and pans, not alone talking about no.
I don't need shit else.
You what?
I don't need nothing else. I got money. I can buy whatever I want.
But why I can't ask for the 50? I might not need nothing else.
You could have. You could have asked for the 50 in the car.
Right.
You could have left that damn bet in your back pocket. You could have did a lot of things.
But tell me, real talk. So you set the move to come up for Netflix and chill. Why that lady just can't come over and just Netflix and chill? Why it got to even be next step for you to even make an advance on that lady to get you some head or get you some ass?
We grown.
We grown.
But then why can't ask for the money? Why can't ask for the money? We grown.
I feel like this is the thing. I feel like the average.
Look, just out of respect for the both of us, we just gonna play this game. You know what I'm saying?
I feel
we
like
just gonna play this
game.
Played
by one player, and the game is not being played by the other.
Okay, so that's what it is.
That's the problem.
Yeah.
The problem is I'm too direct. I gotta learn to play the game. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Just play the game.
I received it.
I can see where that is.
Yeah.
I can see where that might be a thing. Because in one situation where you're playing the game, you're letting the other person kind of be you doing this cat and mouse situation.
It's all bullshit. We know it's all bullshit. We know this. We know it's bullshit. I know that there's certain things that attracted you to me, just like there's certain things about you that attracted me to you. I know this. You know that I ain't talking to you just because I think you got a great fucking personality.
Right.
I don't even know you. You know that I ain't hollered at you just because I heard you came from a good family. I don't know your fucking people.
Right.
You know that I'm looking at you like, yeah, I need to get.
So when I be on cut folks off and saying that they really not cheat, it's just a matter of I'm too blunt and direct.
Yes.
Okay. All right. I receive it. Because I'm telling you, I ain't going to ask for the
Now,
money.
I will say this. If you're a female, you got a man asking you for money, cut his ass off.
Got you. Okay.
At all times, cut his ass off.
Because he cheat.
Because he ain't got shit. He ain't got no money to ask for no money.
So he ain't even cheat. He just ain't even got it.
What he asking for money for?
Straight out the gate?
Man needed. The man needed the money.
He don't need to be dang. He need to be working then.
Right.
You know how you get money, right? You take your ass to work.
Well, Kim say I got money too, but I want to spend his money. That's right. And I'm not playing the game, period. Sorry, not sorry. Facts. No, he broke. Jamal said, no, he broke.
No, baby. Kim, baby, I can't do it. I ain't gonna be able to do it, Kim. I ain't gonna even be able to do it.
Right. Okay,
I'm all for you putting your money away, putting your card in your pocket, and you swiping mine. I ain't got no problem with that. But what you not gonna do is tell me, well, we can go here, and here, but you got to pay for it. Don't tell me shit. Just let me be the man. We gonna play this game, and that's gonna be that. Right. But every time I talk to you, you ain't got no business asking me for shit.
Look, so Shan, let me bring you up to date. Hold on, Kim. So for y'all who just joined us, we are talking about men being labeled as cheap, women being labeled as frugal when they don't want to spend money. Same word, but different connotations. Kind of women look at it a little more positive. Men kind of look at it a little more negative when we say and put that tag on them as cheap. But what we were talking about is that women will ask men for money in a way where it could run them off. I'm gonna just ask. But my cousin is saying you gotta play the game and let the man just feel like, like he gave the example. If I'm just gonna ask for the $50-$60 for my nails, and as opposed to just saying, dang, these nails messed up. I need to get my nails done and see if he's gonna bite the bait. I told him, I said, well, maybe that's why I start saying they cheat, but maybe I read them off because I'm so blunt with asking directly for the money. So Kim said she gonna ask too. And then my cousin said if a man asks for money from the woman, then of course just cut him off because it ain't that he cheat, he just ain't got shit going on. Everybody said, yeah, nigga just broke. So
yeah. You better ask his mama.
But my thing is, where your homeboys? Well, who you would give your money
exactly.
From? But I'm gonna tell you, when guys think you got that bag, they will ask you.
Oh, for sure.
They will ask
you. I'm not doing it. I'm not doing it.
Immediately. No.
I'm not doing it. Now I do have women call me up and say, hey, let me take you out.
Okay.
I can do that. I can stomach that, but I'm not gonna call her and ask her for anything. And then I have, women that buy me gifts and all that kind of shit. Now, in certain situations, when you supposed to be, we know what this is, then you supposed to be. Now, if you a married woman, and I might need some gifts. I might need to be able to call you and say, hey, I gotta put this car in the shop. Can you help a brother out? But I'm just doing it because
on this audience a long time ago, that the men in our
I'm an accessory,
legendary.
But the only way you asking her is because she's married.
Yeah.
And so she got his money.
I don't know who fucking money it is, but I'm extra. Just like come on, let's be real. I got a wife, I got a side chick. Side chick might be asking for shit that ain't gonna get the side chick ran off. That's hush money.
That's her money.
That's a whole different vibe. That's hush money. That's
hush money.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
You're supposed to kick a little something in them situations. I'm supposed to make sure, because I ain't seen you in a week out there. I should be all right throwing you 50, 60, whatever you need. I should be all right making sure the lights on when I pull up.
Right.
Because I might not see your ass for another month.
Right. So Trent said, why she got to be married? And he says, at one point, he said, let's not, he said.
Well, she ain't got to be married, but if she's dealing with somebody, she got somebody else, that's the same thing.
Right.
If she is taken in any way,
he said the man could be hurt at the moment when he asking the lady for the money. But my thing
is, if you're hurt, you have no business dating. As a man, I don't give a fuck. If you hurt, you tell the person you're seeing, babe, I need to take a step back. I got to refocus right now. Yeah. If you're available when I get my shit together, I'll check in on you. But if you're not, I completely understand. If you hurt, nigga, go fix it.
But this my thing too. What you just said, definitely the man asking the woman for the money is gonna run her off. Because my thing is, my coins is for me. My coins, and I'm sorry. Maybe if you're dating, it's supposed to be an equal plateau. But if you're married, but if you're dating, my coins are for me, but your coins is for me too.
What?
No, this a give and take. God damn.
What?
What kind of dating you doing?
What is
no.
happening?
But
I can't get nothing.
But yes, your coins are for me too.
Look, let me tell you, I was dating somebody. She was younger, She had been in a situation where motherfuckers just ain't told her. So, I told her, listen, when we go shopping and I'm swiping and you grabbing all this shit and we having a good time, that's all good. But when you take your ass to Burger King or we pick up a little Subway sandwich on the way home, you better jump your ass in front of me and swipe that card. Take advantage of the opportunity.
Okay,
Because it don't matter about the money.
Yeah,
it don't matter about the money. It's the effort. I don't give a fuck if you spent $8 and I spent $800. At least I can say you there with me. You did what I'm saying? Don't just be trying to get no free ride.
Absolutely.
Take advantage. When your ass see them drive-thrus and shit, that's all you. That's all you. Jump on that.
Right. Okay, I'm with you on that. I can do that. Definitely, I can.
When a nigga say, "Man, I gotta get up and go get my hair cut," if you don't go and shoot that look 30, 40 and say, you know, haircut on me today, you better take advantage of that shit because the nigga don't care how much you spending. He just want to see the effort. And then when your ass called to my, let me get 50, let me get 100. Shit, it's your money. Hell, you gave it to me. I didn't
see. That's my right.
That's what I'm saying. You played the game.
Because I have given it to you.
There you go. Just play the game.
You're not giving me anything. You're just giving me my coins back.
I'm giving you your effort back.
On date number 2, you ain't put in no coins.
You ain't put in no effort on date number 2.
No, if he said if I give you money for a haircut. Those are my coins.
Homie. That ain't date number 2. On date number 2, you ain't did shit but took your happy ass to that restaurant the first fucking time.
Right, but what if we don't go to date number 2 till another month later?
And we've been talking. We've been getting to know each other. I can understand that. That's okay.
That's what I'm saying, because when you hear date number 2, you're thinking instantly. But let's just say we didn't go to date number 2 until a month later. I should be able to ask you for your coins.
I said straight up, if I don't.
Well, you could have asked for them coins over the telephone.
But that's what I'm saying. No. That's what I'm saying. Right. If I text you and call you and ask you for your coins and ask you for the $50, $60, and you tell me next week.
How long we been talking?
Right. About a month or 2.
Oh yeah, because I already don't hit by then.
That's my point. Because
yeah, you get that.
That's what I was telling you. Men already done said Netflix and chill. You ain't waited 3, 4. You ain't waiting 4, 6 months to be done.
No.
That ain't how that works.
No.
That's not how that works.
I mean, you get that.
That just
that's fine.
You know what I'm saying?
That's
the foundation. That's why I said men have already asked for Netflix and chill. You set the mood. That lady done came over. You done rubbed on that lady. Y'all already done hunch. But keep in mind, y'all done went on the second date. Then y'all done went on the second date. After, a little after that. Then now that lady asking for $56. You talking about next week?
These are not the parameters that
are
were
you
set
for
up
real?
Yeah, no.
The initial question was not these parameters. The initial question was
under those circumstances, you can get that little hot 50.
Right.
That's all you know.
For a month. We've been chilling. We done probably connect. This is our second official
time. I burn that goddamn cash out down. You go ahead on.
Right.
$50. That's all you want to have for?
That's what I'm saying.
But I thought you said date number 2, like I just met you. We went out last week. We going out this week.
Thank you, Clay. Because
that's a no for me.
That's what she said. That's what the initial situation sounded.
Shit, I don't even know your last name.
The whole shebang. Okay.
Yeah. I don't even know your last name by then.
Let me see. So Kim say I'm going to get so much money from my dude. The side chick won't be able to get nothing but some sex, which is dumb because I need a credit check, bank account number, social security number.
You can't have it all, Kim. You can't get it all. You can't get it all, Kim.
Kim say she asking for even the address number, baby.
She is the PI in this motherfucker.
And that's fine. She can't get it all. She can't get it all. If she got a man that getting it all to her, more power to her.
That's a good man.
That's on him. So he been raised wrong.
That man ain't been raised wrong, because my thing is, if the man out there giving them coins at the gate,
he ain't giving you everything.
Huh?
He ain't giving you everything.
What you mean? I missed
something. He didn't say she want it all. He ain't got shit else for nobody.
Oh, got you.
I'm about to say, and plus, on top of that, if he giving everything to her, if he was so quick to just get a wallet to her, how many of them in that wallet too?
Let me tell you something, B. If I'm giving Kim my whole wallet, I ain't got nobody else. I'm all over
That's
Kim.
That's what she was saying. He ain't got.
I hope so.
That was her point. Yeah. That was her whole point. She wanted.
I'm all over Kim. If Kim got my wallet in her hand, I'm right there with my goddamn wallet. Ain't no side chick. Kim gonna get tired of me. Kim gonna have to give a nigga allowance to go get a side because I'm gonna be all up on Kim.
Right. Like this all day.
Where we going, babe?
Right.
Are we going to Subway for lunch?
No. She gonna get sick of me.
Well, Turk, if you were still there, I was trying to ask you, but I guess you dropped off. But yeah, great discussion, guys. Oh, okay. Looks like he's joining. Okay,
there we go.
Look, Turk.
Look like Turk got buying drinks right now.
That's it. Hey, why you ain't bringing me? Why I can't go to get no drinks?
Cause you asking too much money.
I'm just saying.
Damn.
That would have been about some peanuts anyway. But I'm at Applebee's. I'm saying you're not at Applebee's. You're there and I'm here. So I mean, but if you was here, you're more than welcome.
Cause you know I would have been saying, hey, why you girls can't get no invites to get no drinks, right?
Oh, baby, you know you're more than welcome.
I appreciate it. So let me hear what you thinking about the topic.
Oh no, it's a good topic. That's a very good topic because, you know, from what I've been hearing right now, you're asking that why when women try to save money, they seem to be frugal, and why when men try to save money, they seem to be stingy.
Cheap. Yeah, stingy. Yeah.
Cheap. Okay, check this out. First of all, you got to understand this. You got to understand what that person have going on. You understand what I'm saying? I'm not trying to be cheap. I'm just trying to live within the means of me being able to take care of my situation. Or she might be trying to live in the means to take care of her situation, so she want to hold back a little bit. Not saying that I can't spend a lot of this money to look like I got it going on. I might have it going on, but I just know I got responsibilities to take care of, so this is what I got to do. And the easy thing for me, I would think to say and to do, just be honest. Hey, I got this and that going on, but this is what I got to spend.
Okay, let me hear from you, B. Hold on.
Because that was the whole point. That was my whole point to jump. This is the point, right? Thank you.
Just be honest.
Thank you. Because you come straight up and be like, you know what? This is we done talked for a month. First date done passed. We cool. We done got intimate. I can't have a conversation with you like, hey, baby, hold on just a second. I'm trying to save for a new house. That's going to take me back a little bit.
Well, one thing about it,
but I can do this. If a person is willing to be honest and open and communicate with you, sit your ass down and listen.
But I'm going to still ask for my $50, $60. But I still want my $50, $60.
Say what you can. You can get that. $60 in the pocket. Take this 20 and go. Take it. Get on the check. Get on the damn check.
I love it. So now I got to take the 20. I got to take the 20 and get the other 40 from somewhere else.
No. Get what you can right now. You know what I'm saying? I'll catch you when I get better.
But that would that man said next week. But I don't want to wait till next week.
Owe you in the good. What? If you was on the train in the bad, he gonna owe you in the good. He gonna feel obligated to owe you in the good. More often than not, I'm sitting here trying to understand. I'm trying to understand why can we not just get on the train, play the long game? Y'all talking about people playing checkers and chess. Y'all are playing checkers. I need y'all to play chess.
Hey,
what up, man?
Turk said if you just be open and honest and say what you got going on, then it's like it may not come across to her as you being cheap.
See, the one thing about anything, I don't care. Check this out. One thing about anything, I don't care if it's a relationship or friendship or whatever kind of ship it is. You understand what I'm saying? Understanding is the key. You got to communicate together. If you get an understanding, then it won't be a misunderstanding. How could you if you got an understanding?
Okay, but the understanding, even if, let me just say this. So you come and you say, hey, I'm trying to save my money to get a car, get a house, or whatever have you. But then again, if I ask for those coins and I can't get the $50, and I'm stuck on my $50, $60, then I'm still looking at you sideways.
Okay, no, why? Okay, listen.
I need my coins.
What I'm trying to do. I'm trying to do this, I'm trying to do that. But I can't. You say you wanted $50? I ain't got 50 to give. I can give you 20.
That's what BJ said. Take 20.
That's what I'm saying.
So now I
can only give what I can. So what you want to do? What you want me to do is give you $50 and be fucked up on my end. I can't give you no more money now because I'm all the way fucked up. I'm on the floor now. I'm on the floor now.
But here's my thought. Here's my thought.
This immediate need is a checker situation, not a check situation. You are setting yourself up for this immediate failure.
I'm sorry, Kim said you got too much going on. This not going to work out. I need someone with less baggage. Get your shit together and then get back on the dating scene.
I can't date. I can't date. Get my shit together.
I don't think you should.
I can't date. So you trying to say I can't meet someone to be my match while I'm getting my shit together?
You can date, but I just think if that lady asked for them $50, $60 and it can't.
Who am I dating? Who am I dating? A gold digger? Who am I dating? A gold digger? Because everybody that's on a date.
No, because $50, $60, in my opinion, for me, if I'm at gold digger, I'm expecting big things. I'm not expecting.
Okay, listen. We don't necessarily have to be $50, $60. I'm just using that. We just using that as just as a conversation. It could have been 100, 200, whatever the money was, 500, 600. But I'm saying we're dating, right?
But guess what? I'm gonna bring a point that let me bring this to the table. What Quaitland done said. More likely, I don't gave you my stuff, so why can't I ask you for $50, $60?
Okay, if that's the case, if that's how you feel like that, then you should have said, hey, give me $60 for this pussy up front.
Well, hey, that's Tim correct. I'm like the airport, back the check, please. We're gonna have to get some coins if you end up laying up. I'm sorry, I'm not gonna be laying up. And
I mean, my whole thing is, if you're not prepared to date, then don't. And if
what is prepared to date?
If you saving for a house, that's where your focus should be. If you saving for a house, that's your focus. If you're saving for a car, that's your focus.
I'm saving for a house, I gotta do one or the other.
But if you okay, let me say this, Quaitland.
It's a distraction because women that if you plan to date a woman, you plan to take her out, right?
Of course, I can have that.
So if you take her out, isn't that money coming out of what you could save?
Get that stuff.
It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter how much you
want to be too. So don't trip now.
But no. That's true though. It is still taken out of the pot if you're going.
It's still coming out the pot. It's still a distraction.
Here's the thing. Hold on.
No, I can have that set aside for that.
Let's go back to B.
Flag on the play. I feel as though you need to be financially stable if you are going to date. Now,
I agree.
If you are able to put into your budget that you are still able to allot to save your home, make sure that your home in general is taken care of, and you are still able to have money set aside for extracurriculars, then cool. But if you are not financially stable enough to be able to do the things that you would like to do, need to do, and want to do, no, you shouldn't be trying to sit out
here. Hold on. So you're trying to say broke niggas can't date?
They shouldn't.
What?
They should.
You trying to say if a nigga broke, he can't date?
He shouldn't. Broke niggas don't. Broke niggas shouldn't get pussy.
Okay, hold on.
See, y'all shouldn't get pussy. If you fucking broke niggas, you throw your pussy.
Hold on. At once upon a time in your life, you didn't have the position or the money that you have right now.
Let me tell you this.
But you still was dating though, right?
I was a child. I was a kid.
That's what I was going to say.
Broke ain't never stopped nobody from dating.
It should though. It should.
We're talking about grown.
Dating doesn't mean I take you out and I spend money out on you. Dating means we getting to know each other.
But that's what we're saying.
Whether we go
to somebody if y'all don't spend time together,
or whether we go to a restaurant or whatever, that's dating. We don't have to go to a restaurant. I can come to your house and get something to eat.
That's what I just said. If you're going to come to a lady's house, 9 times out of 10, once you get there, you're going to want to lay up with that lady. And if that lady got to give out, so should you be. And if you ain't got nothing to give, then ain't no need to come in.
So that means are you selling yourself to me then?
No, you the one brought up money.
But shit, if you broke, you can't buy it.
You just be upfront about it. What you said, Quaitman?
Shit, if you broke, you can't buy it.
That's right. That's right. You can't even buy it.
Hey, check it out. Even Walmart got a layaway plan.
Yeah, you might get a different caliber.
Quite even Walmart got a layaway plan.
They cancel that shit. That's on that Christmas time.
They don't even do it no more. Hell no.
That's on that Christmas time, dog. And broke that I agree. Broke niggas should get pussy during the holidays only.
Right.
That's when Walmart decide they want to start giving it.
Boy, you stupid.
My son a broke motherfucker keep a girlfriend. I don't understand it.
That's because she's getting out without getting anything.
It ain't about the money. It ain't always about the money. It ain't always about the money.
It ain't always about the money, but my thing is
sometimes it's about the connection.
I can't even connect with a motherfucker when my pockets ain't right. My brain ain't wild. Like I can't connect with a motherfucker when my money ain't right.
Man, somebody come get
me. If I can't take care of myself.
But see, I'm different. I didn't date. I was married at 18. I was taking care of family at 22. I was taking care of whole family at 25. You know what I'm saying? I've always been that type. So I don't understand that shit. So no, I don't go out on dates if I gotta see how much I can afford and check the menu for. I don't do that shit.
And then going back to what you said, Turk, you know me. You know me since what, 9th grade?
No, 7th grade, nigga.
7th grade. So you know, man, I've always been, especially at high school, a go-getter. So at the end of the day, I'm not dating anyone or getting to know anyone that I can't. If I gotta give you
let me say this.
But I can't reciprocate nothing in return.
Okay, check this out. Hold up, listen to this. Now, dating. Both of y'all, I'm pretty sure both of y'all done dated some guys, right? And y'all done dated guys that didn't have shit when y'all met them. Didn't have a goddamn thing, but you built them up to have something, and it turned out to be good.
Okay, let me say this. But
he ain't have shit though.
But in return, now I would agree that I have invested into a person where some things came out of that situation to be great things. But here's the thing: along the way, even from that, I still was asking you for something in return. I'm not just not asking you for nothing. Even if you I may not, like you said, I may not be asking you $500-$600, but I might be asking you for that $50-$60. It ain't that I'm not asking you for anything. You get my stuff.
But I mean, a lot of women. He right. A lot of women date on potential.
Well, like I said, you know me. I've always been.
A lot of women out here dating on potential. That shit crazy, but they dating on potential.
I'm about to say, every one of my friends that tell me they thought this dude was gonna be so great, I'd be like, was he great to begin with? Well, you stupid as shit.
A lot of them do. They date on potential.
That's dumb. You're dumb. And you sit here hard.
Look, man, everybody talking about some man, you dumb.
Hey, man. You know, listen. All that boils down to
Carl Quinn taught me real well.
All that boils down to the type of person you met.
Hell no.
All that boils down to the type of person you met.
No, it boils down to who.
What are you responding to?
When she was saying that somebody said somebody in the beginning it was good and then and later it was messed up or something.
My thing is, ain't nobody committed to nobody from getting nothing. If you invest in them, right, as a man, and you see potential, like they just said. But the thing is, if you get off the gravy train at some point because that woman has invested in you, then that's gonna be her loss. So along the way, she gotta have a mindset to be like, in the midst of this, I gotta do something out of it.
That would be based on the type of person you met. He can be grateful or he can be ungrateful.
That's right. I agree.
You understand what I'm saying? If he's grateful, then he's gonna reciprocate back to you. If he's ungrateful, he's gonna jump off the gravy train like you said. A selfish ass motherfucker.
And here's what I said. Here's what I said. because I don't believe in dating someone off of potential.
Why she's kicking in too?
But I don't believe in dating someone off of potential. You're dating somebody off of your imagination of what you think they can be instead of the reality of what they are. That's problematic and that's stupid as hell. Like, I'm sorry, I don't care if nobody.
Yeah, I tell you, I ain't shit from the gate.
Stupid as hell. And that's right.
But there's many niggas that's out here lying too, though.
I would rather
people out here lying.
Someone be like, "Hey, B, for real though, I ain't shit." Because I tell people all the time, they be like, "Oh, I want to talk to your cousin. Let me say something to you. He ain't shit. Don't do that to yourself. He's not.
Don't do it, baby.
Don't do it, baby.
Don't do it to yourself.
I got about three girlfriends. One of them live with me. It's a whole situation.
I'm quick to be like, throw in the towel, do not pass go, leave that nigga alone. Like,
let me just say this: if I can't,
if you sit here and date off of imagination,
and I just throw $50-$60 out there, and y'all, I know I don't say that for duration. I ain't even asking for $50-$60. I just see that as a test because for me, I need above that because my finances allows me to be able to get my nails and my hair done. But if I ever ask you for it and you can't give it, I ain't gonna be able to deal with you.
Okay, let me ask you this: what would be the most important? Monetary value or emotional support?
For me, depending on where we are in that situation, because I have a plethora of people that gives me emotional support. I need my car.
I don't need that shit.
But no. That is not equivalent. That is not equivalent to that one individual giving that emotional support to you as an individual, though.
But it is, because let me tell you something.
Your family always gonna love you. You gonna get that anyway.
This one at that bottom, that lady that ain't even on this line, well, I can call them at any given time and be like, "Cool, right? Let me tell you, da 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 da." And we as a family unit, we support each other at all times. So I need my coin.
The little gold digger. Amanda Miller is extra.
But look, Jamal said, Professor Turk,
I am sick of you, Amanda Miller.
These go better bring you straight up from the beginning. And that's right. As long as you tell that lady that you ain't in a position right now to be able to get no money or whatever you want to tell that lady, it goes back to what you guys were saying. Upfront conversations mean everything. Because that gives me or whatever other woman the opportunity to get off the gravy train.
I want y'all to understand. Kim said,
and then I slide through that motherfucker and take her out real good. And now she Netflix and chilling, telling you her stomach hurts, so she can't talk right now.
I was just talking shit though, but basically the bottom line is this. I was just talking shit though, but the bottom line is this right here. With anything that you're dealing with, it always goes pretty nice when you're straight up front.
That's right.
I agree. Honesty is the best policy.
That's right. Marsha said if you broke, keep your ass. What Marsha said, if you broke, keep your ass at home for some. Chivalry is what she said. Chivalry is not dead and knows that's taking a woman on the first date. And we need them coins. Because y'all don't want something from us. So we need them coins. I'm sorry.
What I'm saying, listen, don't try to say they just want something from you. You want something from them too now.
Right. I said that, which is them coins.
Okay, so you want my D. Why ain't you paying me for my D? I need some coins.
Let me tell you what my daddy used to say, God bless his dad. Even swap ain't never been no swindle. So
exactly. There ain't never been no swindle. Right. You definitely right. So it should be the opposite of the same. Give me some coins.
And we're not
let me just tell you like this. A rich nigga get caught cheating. You gotta think about that shit.
But
a broke nigga get caught cheating, he gonna show the fuck out.
Gone. That's right. When you broke, you need to be finding a job instead of a woman. Real talk.
That's just what it is.
I have never agreed with any one statement more,
Right.
That's just life. Relationships, I don't give a fuck like you say. intimate, business, otherwise. The world is capitalist and all relationships are transactional. That's just what it is.
That's right. That's right. Real talk. Even Swamp ain't never been no swamp. We got
and you just need to stay in the lane you can play in.
That's
if you're
right.
a broke nigga, stay over there where broke women at.
That's right.
It's the motherfuckers that's okay with you just showing up with your PlayStation controller.
Hey, look.
That's okay with that shit. It's okay. Them motherfuckers is okay with, you staying at their house, and they like that control. They like to be able to tell you when you can come and go and all that kind of shit. They like that.
That's right. You got to stay in your lane.
But it's a certain lane that you gonna live in where your ass gonna have to be the man in this motherfucker. You gonna have to have some paper. And at the end of the day, the person that hold them pocketbook strings is the motherfucker that make the rules.
But McElroy telling the truth.
Look, check me out, right?
Elroy said these females now, they love broke niggas, and that's what don't made it so bad. Like Clay said, I'm okay with you just coming over with your PlayStation game or your spend the night bag, and then, no, I don't want you with your spending night bag in your PlayStation game. I want you to be taking me out. I'm not saying you got to take me on no shopping spree, but you got to be able to spend some coins because you're going to want something from me.
Pay play.
That's right. You got to pay to play.
Absolutely.
That's as simple as that. Loving it, guys. Loving it. Turk.
It's been fun.
So much from coming on. We love it.
I'll be back.
Make sure you tip 20%. Don't leave them folks no 5% tip.
I'm about to say, don't you? You better tip them servers.
That's right.
Hey.
Before we close out, Kim said, "Ain't nobody paying for no DICK adult store over 24/7. Show me the money." Absolutely.
Call me, Kim. I'll show you.
Hey.
With the battery.
And the world is full of good people.
Make you
If you
stupid,
can't find one, become one.
Absolutely.
Good dick make you stupid, Kim.
It could.
All right, it's been fun, but I gotta run.
Okay, Turk. Thank you.
Be safe, brother.
Hey, guys, know that there is the world is full of amazing people. Turk said his saying, but let me say this: the world is full of amazing people. If you're not one, please become one. This is Amanda Miller Talks every Sunday, 7 p.m. in the Valley with your girl, Amanda Miller. Tell a friend to tell a friend. Guys, don't forget to download the app 105.7 The Phase. I'm always here every Sunday with my co-host.
It's me.
Thank you guys for coming on. We really appreciate it. Have an amazing week. We love you guys. The Queen of Talk. Have a